Needless to say, I've had a great opportunity seeing many great films in the cinema, whether it be in London, in Cardiff, Canterbury, Ashford, Faversham, you name it, I did it. And finally got to see an NC-17 film in the cinema finally. And it's not Antichrist, because Antichrist was never rated, but it was Passages, which did get the rating, but they rescinded it to make it unrated. So in some respects, it is the same as like Killer Joe and Man Bites Dog, two films which I'm a big fan of. You know, when Shame and Killer Joe and Blues the Warmest Color did come out, unfortunately I didn't see them in the cinemas. So that's one of my biggest regrets, I'm afraid. But hopefully, within this instance, and also Blonde, I wasn't really playing as much as cinemas, for very limited engagement. I was more Netflix, so that doesn't quite count because it didn't play anywhere. Not because I wasn't old enough, just because they didn't play anywhere. But it looks like I finally reached a milestone. Yes, it's now unrated, but the headlines tell another picture. I got the ticket. It's got the 18 certificate on the side to prove it, because I wasn't in the US at the time I saw it. I wasn't even in France, where it's tout public avec avertissement. And in all fairness, if you are going to see the film on the basis of the sort of sexual controversies behind it, I mean, it deals with homosexuality and bisexuality, sort of frigid relationships, and sort of backstabbing between one another. It's not that explicit, to be honest with you. Like Blonde, it wasn't that explicit. Killer Joe is more problematic. Blue's Almost Color, that's more problematic. As far as what you're going to get is quite a prolonged scene of two men doing it. And it looks like it's missionary or something, but it actually looks like it might be Ben Whishaw sticking his cock up Franz Rotkovsky's anus or something. I don't know how it works with gay sex, but something of the sort. It was quite bold. We don't see genitalia, but it is quite frank, especially for an audience in society where being gay is like having a gun for your head, and many people of LGBT persuasion, particularly transgender people, are murdered and beaten up and mocked and bullied on a daily basis. So a film like this, especially also to some extent because it deals with sexual issues between people, persons of different sexual orientations, because it also shows straight sex, but it's not as explicit, one could argue, as the gay sex. It's still quite controversial on that level, but certainly not as controversial as other NC-17 films that have come out. Infinity Pool, I did see after the fact, because I was in the US at the time. I just completely protested the censored version even in existence. And the country that I was in, they didn't play Infinity Pool. I don't even know if we got a cinema release even now. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity. I made sure to take the 18 certificate as a note. Like Infinity Pool, both films in its uncut versions are unrated, but I'm very happy that Mubi, the distributor, did not budge. They didn't censor or cut that scene, which involves pretty weird quasi-missionary anal sex, and left it uncut as intended. So I'm very happy for Mubi doing that instead of trying to kiss ass. Now, back to the film itself. It's not that interesting, in all fairness. It's actually kind of a bit bobo, a bit hipster, a bit how so cultural. Last Tango in Paris sort of stuff, but without the disturbing rape scene involving butter. Said Corleone from Godfather. So yes, and also no one was exploited during filming of this, like Adele Exarchopoulos and Lea Seydoux were, and Blues Warmest Color, which got quite a bit of controversy also because the filming conditions were quite exploitative and almost bordering on pornography. This is not porn, although I'm sure some people might get plenty of joy watching the beautiful Adele Exarchopoulos being masturbated, but you don't even see much in terms of detail. It's about as graphic as Crouching Tiger and Dragon. That was a PG-13 and a 12 certificate. A scene where you see a man stick his hands up a woman's cooch, to put it politely. And so there you have it. It's going to be playing in wide release on the 1st of September, but I had the privilege of seeing it at the Everyman, where they were having special preview screenings of it on the 23rd of September, 23rd of August. So it looks like I've done my job. I don't know when the next NC-17 film will ever come out. Maybe it might be Maxine, or the next controversial LGBT film. But as far as LGBT films are concerned, it's up there with films like Bruno, Brokeback Mountain, but Bruno, in my opinion, is upper echelon. Oh, Flea, of course. Now that's a great movie, and that's much more. That's 15, but it should have been a 12. I mean, it's an animated film. Not to say that's very important. It doesn't sort of draw you so much on the LGBT themes more than it does the refugee narrative, so it makes it maybe a little bit more acceptable to slightly bigger audience, and also because it's animated, kids will want to see it. But I'll tell you right now, it's not a kids' movie. Passages certainly is, and most kids and teens, if they do sneak in to go see it, would probably sleep and fall asleep and just. There's nothing in it for you. It's not Bon utilise or Haute Tension or Bears Moi as far as like explicit French films are concerned. This is more like a toned down version of Last Tango. Signing off. Au revoir. And to Adele.